Mrs. Nolan, any calls? Is Mr. Peyton called by any chance?
I can picture it all happening. I can see her falling.
Come on. Thank you.
Mary. Sorry to have kept you waiting. I've had an exhausting day. Stephen, would you pour me a glass of brandy, please? I'm afraid the bottle's almost empty. Thank you, Stephen. Well, I'll be brief. I'm leaving Peyton Place. Dr. Rossi tells me that my health demands it. But there are some things I want to say to you. You first, Stephen. I'm leaving the house to you. It's what you've always wanted. On my death, the arrangement will become permanent. Of course, the cost of the upkeep will be yours. And the plumbing's rather old. I have no gift for you two. You don't need one. You have each other.
Grandfather, do you plan to talk much about that?
That's an odd question to ask, Rodney.
Not really, because I think the three of us are a little beyond sitting here listening to you pat yourself on the back, if that's what you had in mind.
Well, you needn't worry. Things have turned out as I hoped. But I have no need for self-congratulation. I have something much greater than that. I have the assurance that my world will continue in you and Betty.
Just exactly how? Because as far as I'm concerned, I've had about as much of a lesson as I need from you to know how I don't want to live my life.
I'm sorry, Rodney. I didn't take you seriously for a long time. I treated you as a child. I can see why it drove you away.
That didn't have anything to do with your attitudes towards me. It's the fact that you don't think of anybody except as a means to an end.
Well, you're young.
Oh, well, that explains it, doesn't it? My age, or lack of it.
I'm afraid so. You do lack experience. Therefore, your whole viewpoint is distorted.
Yeah, you're right. I am young. I'll agree with you there. But at least I see things as they are. I have no illusions, and that's why I left this house, and that's why I refuse to come back.
You think you've been through it, don't you? But you won't gain perspective, Rodney, for years and years to come. But that's unimportant. What is important is that you and Betty belong to each other, that you found each other again.
Martin Peyton's new Garden of Eden. That's what it is, isn't it, Grandfather? Yes, in this soiled, tarnished, miserable world, you set out to create a new paradise with your own private Adam and Eve. That was your way of playing God, because there was no other way left. But it hasn't quite worked out, has it?
Your courtroom rhetoric is wasted on me, Stephen.
And the beauties of your grand design are wasted on your Adam and Eve, just as they were wasted on Adrian Van Lyden and all the others.
You want Betty back. I know that. But it won't work, Stephen. Even if she should return to you in a weak moment, neither of you could either forgive or forget. Far saner to let it go and start over again.
You give, and you take away. That's what you think. But people go on living and loving and dying without you. The most you're capable of doing is destroying, never creating. No, there's not going to be any new Eden, Grandfather. Because your idea of paradise is a living hell for everyone else.
He's right, Grandfather. You're going to have to start realizing that we're going to live our own lives. And the fact that we care for one another has nothing to do with you. And never has.
Help me up, Rodney. I'm suddenly feeling a bit giddy.
Well, maybe you better lie down.
No, there'll be time enough for that in the clinic. Your hand, Rodney, please. You see, you pulled me up. I didn't pull you down.
I'll get it. How bad is he?
That's very serious.
The keeper of the flame.
Are you ready, sir?
Is anyone ever ready to leave part of his life behind him? Yes, I'm ready. Did you get our driver?
Yes, sir.
Good. Rodney. Give Stephen a message for me. Tell him there's a great difference between being the owner of a house and being the master of it. You'll soon see what I mean.
Good luck, Grandfather.
Mr. Peyton, goodbye.
Betty.
Sharp, Trey,
Dr.
Taylor,
Dr. Fielding.
Unger Bridge, that's U-N-G-A-R-G. Drop those in the clerical department, mail slot, will you, Jean? And then make the calls.
Oh, will do. Excuse me.
Yes?
I want to see Dr. Rossi.
I'm sorry he's not here just now. May I help you?
I'm Jill Smith. My little girl was brought here. Dr. Rossi brought her in.
Oh, you're the mother. Dr. Rossi was wondering about you.
How is she?
She's in intensive care.
Why? It was just a bad cold, wasn't it? I mean, I know she was feverish. She caught a chill, but...
I'm afraid it's pneumonia.
Pneumonia? Where is she?
The ward isn't open to visitors.
Visitors? I'm her mother.
No exceptions, I'm sorry.
I've got to see her just to know, please.
Dr. Rossi left specific instructions. Be assured that everything possible is being done for her. If you'd been available when she was admitted.
When will Dr. Rossi be back?
Not until late. Perhaps not until tomorrow. He's out of town.
Then I'll wait.
Calling Dr. Fielding. Calling Dr. Fielding.
Now that you're here, it would help us if you would make out this admitting card for the child. Sign here, and don't write below that line.
Everyone's always drawing lines, aren't they? That's what makes the world go round.
It's just the standard form, Mrs.
It's Miss Jill Smith.
Oh.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
I want you to tell me who the father is, how I can contact him, and how I can contact your parents.
Why are you being so cruel?
You've had your turn, now it's mine. There's one thing I've always been known for, and that's paying my debts. And I owe you a lot, Eddie.
You're not going to change your mind, are you? I love you,